Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. We're live 30 minutes after market close. If you want to get notification for when we go live, hit the bell button. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, hit the link below. Today was crazy. We have a lot of people waiting right now. A lot of people made some money. I'm sure a lot of people lost some money. Comment. Got paid if you got paid today. We got, who do we have in here? Say what up if you're here. Got Christopher, Ray Lee, Dorian, Marine, Jack, Malvin, Jeff, FC, Keith. Man, today was definitely something. Gilda, how you doing? Jose? Feel like we're gonna need the water today. Yeah, I mean Dow's up 540. S&Ps were almost up 60. NASDAQ up over 200. I mean, just yeah, and to think that, so I mean, because it was unknown, you know, I was unloading positions and taking profits and just kind of winding my portfolio down, and then the positions I did have on were more like skewed bearish. So like on Microsoft, I had a bearish skewed strangle, and I actually made money on the call side or the long side, which means that, you know, my protections were in place. I actually thought that I was just going to break even. Overall today, I'm like about break even. I'm down like $8 on the day. Nothing huge, but I didn't have a whole lot going on going into the election just because I didn't want to put my portfolio at risk. Obviously, if you were in some of these other stocks like TWLO and some of those other earnings trades, also paid off big time. Linda got paid. Baron, how you doing? Sakira Kit, what up? And day in, day out, the support that you guys gave is just amazing. Jack had a big trade on TLRY. Jose, what do we think about Michael Kors? We'll get to that. Next Friday are my only positions left this week. Yeah, I moved everything out of this week for the most part. Hamid, how you doing? I close out, so just kind of go over some stuff here. You know, Microsoft was the only today. I mostly, let's see how many trades I do today. Okay, only 6 trades, so it wasn't like as heavy, but a lot of my big money earners I've already got rid of. And Microsoft, like I said, it was a bearish skewed strangle. I had the 107 put, and I had the 111. I'm sorry. Yes, the 107 put and the 110 call. And yesterday Microsoft closed down at Microsoft closed up at like 108. So I thought that, you know, we get, if we went a little bit lower, but we made money on the call side. The one thing about Microsoft that I found today, so I actually got rid of it. What time did I get rid of Microsoft today? I got rid of Microsoft at 10 a.m. So right up in here, it was just really struggling at the 112 area, and I thought that we were going to have, you know, a repeat of yesterday where it spiked up and then it went down. You know, it hit the 112 area and really did nothing. So I'm actually really glad that I took the trade off. I looked at the trade after hours and at market close, and it looked like I would have made like $8 more, but it definitely wouldn't have been worth the risk to like hold all day. I did put another Microsoft strangle on. I bought the 111 put and the 113 call because I thought maybe we were gonna, because it kept hitting there. I thought maybe it was gonna come down, and it just never did. So on that position, I mean, we're down $18 on it, which not a big deal. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Either way, I'll take it off, and then Alibaba is my only other trade. I put on this morning about an hour after open. So 9:30. So when it was right in here, I put the trade on, and it really wasn't doing anything in like all day, and then it really just took off like in the last couple hours. So on that trade, I put it on I bought the 146 put, the 155 call. I thought it was going to go down as well because we touched down. We went to 149. I thought we were going to come back down to 146. So I got a good deal on the pricing. But now we're at 152.50. We're down $18, which is not so bad. But definitely the strangles are not going the way that I thought they were going. Gilda says buffing issues. YouTube's telling me the stream's good. Is the stream good? Eric, we'll go over some iron flies. Yes, we will. Linda, I'm happy to figure out Tastyworks. Nice. Tastyworks is legit. Like it's legit. I definitely can trade very fast in here. I just don't like the charts. The only thing that I don't like about Tastyworks is the charts. But other than that, we're good. Mateo, how you doing? Farhan Saeed, how you doing? Okay, so maybe it's your connection, Gilda. Maybe it's your connection. But yeah, we got 41 people here. That's a lot of people, and thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. I have Apple stock, and it's finally going up near my purchase price. Yeah. So kind of today, I want to dedicate more to what you guys did, because for me, it was more today. For me, was kind of more of a boring day. I'm down $8 in the day. I have $57 in realized gains, which is nothing huge. More for today was I did put some positions on. I did trade BRKB, but I definitely kind of regret doing that. I thought maybe it was gonna come. It was kind of struggling today. It was kind of struggling, and it was just not really pushing up when I put the trade on, and then it eventually grinded higher. I was gonna put the strangle on, but the volume was kind of low, so I didn't really want to go in. So if it comes down, great. If not, I'm just not going to trade that very aggressively. So we'll see what happens with it, but I'm not too confident. I paid 77 cents for it, $77, so I'm not going to stress over it if it doesn't come through. I'm not going to force anything on that because volume's low. We talked about Microsoft, and then GE I actually did average down. So GE, the one thing about GE I averaged down today, I originally paid 10 cents. I had to order in for 5 cents. I got filled on some of my accounts for 5 cents, and then the rest I got filled for like 6 cents. So now my average is around like 7.5 cents, and it really just dropped and really went nowhere. On one of the greenest days of the year, GE couldn't do anything, so it couldn't pull itself together. So, I just shorted more. Is what happened. I shorted more. GE, like I told you guys yesterday, GE is the type of stock that right now on the green days I'm going to be shorting. I'm talking about green days for GE. And GE had a couple green days in a row, but obviously just gave up all those gains. It just had 2 green days in a row these last couple of days, and now we're back down here at the lows. The low this week is 907. Actually, the low for a long time was like 907 here. So, but yeah, it really went nowhere. Gonna need some more sellers, but nobody was buying either. So, we'll see what happens with it. Greg got paid. That's what's good. Daniel, is strangle your preferred option method? Daniel, right now in this market environment, it is. It's not my preferred method always, but right now in this market, it really is. Unless it's a trade like GE or something like that, then I'll trade directional. But I tend not to trade directional. FC, what base volume do you typically look for? I like to see at least 500 volume. And if you look at, if we go to BRK/B here, on mine, I probably shouldn't have traded this strike. The 212.5 only had 54 volume. you know, and it's just not a good trade. It's not, you know, I probably shouldn't have put it on, and I definitely regret putting it on. You know, maybe it'll work out, but in the future, this is probably not going to be a stock that I trade. Like on the monthlies here, there's not really a whole lot of volume. I mean, on the weeklies, there's a little bit more, but not really. So it's just bad overall. And I know that it moved a lot and everything like that. It's just not something that I like to trade. Like low volume like this is something that I don't like to trade. I don't really like to trade low volume like this. The only low volume stocks that I do like to trade, I like to trade Amazon, Google, from time to time BKNG, which used to be PCLN, Priceline. But other than that, I don't really trade. I don't really trade the low volume stocks, which is why I don't trade a lot of like some of like the pharmaceutical companies and some of those that have low volume, and just, you know, I tend to go more. It's easier for me to make money in higher volume because there's options being traded, there's transactions happening, and you can make money off of people. When there's low volume, when there's low volume, your opportunities aren't as big. I mean, yes, it could move a lot, but you're not going to make as much money. This time is much better than previous. If it works for you, it works well. Linda. Okay, so let's go over. Oops, I lost my. Not sure where my stream went. Oh, here we are. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about real quick. Let's do an iron fly. Who had the question about the iron fly? Who had the question? Who was that? Iron fly, where are you? Eric. Sorry about that. A lot going through my mind right now. Okay, Eric. Iron fly is basically a iron condor, but the short strike you're selling at the same strike. That makes sense. So what you're going to do here, let's say for instance, let's just pull up Microsoft here, and let's say for next week, let me actually bring myself down here so you can see a little better, and I'll put it on the curve as well. I'm just going to put the trade on here because I prefer the table. But let's just say we're going to do short strikes at like 110, okay? And then, so I'm gonna construct an iron condor here, and we'll do something like this. So basically, like, it's an iron condor, but the short strikes, so the calls and the puts, you're selling them at the same price, and then these could be, you know, whatever price you want. Like, as a typical iron condor, you know, a typical iron condor would be something like this, where you're selling something out here. Maybe you're doing like one standard deviation. You know, you're doing something like this where you want it to go in between, and you know, you want the stock price to be in between someplace. But the iron fly you want to sell the same strike. So we'll just go back to like the we'll do 111 here. So you can see, and then you can see, you know, it's definitely a lot tighter range. You get a lot more credit. However, as you can see here, like the range, like when we had the iron condor, the range you can make and lose money was bigger. Here where you make money is a lot tighter, and then it's easier to lose money. See, as you can see, the range increased, and we can go to curve too. You know, so let me zoom in here. So then these would be selling at the same price. It'd look like something like that would be an iron fly. So it's basically it's an iron condor, but the short strikes are for the same strike for the calls and the puts, and then the premium that you're buying is out there. So that's what it is. I mean, you can, yeah, I mean, SC more in the middle. You can do that if you want. I mean, it's kind of up to you what you want to do. You know, obviously you're going to get, You know, you have to, you know, every stock is different. This is not like an actual trade that I would recommend right now. It's not a trade that I would do. I'm just showing you an example of what it would look like, just so you can see. You know, and basically the idea of this trade would be like you'd be pegging it at like the 112, you know, ranging between 110 and 114 for this trade, and you'd be pegging it there that it's only going to remove that much. So really you'd be capitalizing on premium crush and for consolidation periods is really what the iron fly is for. Going through some of these. Linda just did a big deal with Amazon, Google Story, or the group page. See my link. I know AWS. Oh, Oven. Nick, my Amazon thing was canceled twice because of no volume in my strike. Yeah, and Linda, that's why I was saying, like, you got to be careful about like low volume, and that's why I was saying. So for I do have some calls on Amazon. I'm up $50 on them, which is kind of surprising. I put these on. I have the 2,000 strike calls for next week. My average cost is 43 cents. They were going for about 70 cents at close. And the thing is, let's go to Amazon just to show you. When you do trade Amazon, when you do trade something like Amazon, let's go to all here. I'm gonna just show you my strikes here. Whoa. I mean, as you know, there's a lot of strikes, and you can see here, if you're looking at, you know, you want to trade the strikes that have volume. So Amazon does have volume, but a lot of the strikes don't. So if you're looking here, the 1,800 strike calls here have 2,200 volume, but the 1,805 calls only have 132, and then, you know, it kind of goes that way. I mean, as you can see here, the 1750 calls here have 1,800 volume today, but then the 1760 calls only have 586. So, you know, when I did the trade, so I did these right here. I actually have the 2,000 calls, the 2,000 strike calls, and they were traded. See the volume right there, 646. But the ones below it and above it, I mean, are like not even 100, 80, 52. So like when you trade Amazon or a stock like this, you want to pick strikes that are active and actively being traded. As you can see here, like open interest for my calls are 4,400, and you can see like how little these other ones are. So, you know, people are trading it. Secure Kit with the donation again. Thank you. Like. And you guys, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. JC, what's going on? Hey, JC, thanks for watching the videos after when you can't make the live stream. I see that you comment. Thank you so much. I do pay attention to every single comment and everybody that watches this YouTube channel that makes themselves known. So if it's your first time here, say what up. I want to meet you. We were talking about AMD, Amazon new deal. I want to hear your thoughts. So you're talking about, I actually don't know about the deal, AWS and AMD. Let's pull it up. Okay, so this was yesterday. Whoop. I'll bring it over here. I'm just pulling over. All right, AWS and AMD married forever, or until one of them gets sick of the other, right? Okay, so web service resizable is designed to make web scale cloud computing easier through our partnership with AMD. AWS offers additional EC2 instances that add to the broadest and deepest portfolio of instances and enables you to optimize both cost and performance for your workload. Fast performance, lower cost. So, you know, when it comes to AWS, it always comes down. So I do a lot of server building in AWS. I have a lot of experience in AWS. I've built entire networks. I've done a lot of things in AWS. And when it comes down to like AWS versus Azure or Google Cloud Platform or any other cloud, it always comes down to cost, because you know, in terms of Azure and AWS, a lot of them do the same thing. You know, the support is big, but you know, a Windows box is a Windows box, a Linux box is a Linux box, and outside of that, you know, one could have a better network, but it really comes down to lower cost and performance. So, with that being said, they're saying it's going to provide a 10% lower cost. So I think in terms of the future growth, you know, depending on how well known they make these and how many people choose to pick them up, you know, for their boxes. So like when you go to actually place an order on Amazon for a server, you know, you pick what you want. You pick, okay, I want the T2, or I want the micro, or I want whatever the case is. Burstable is pretty huge. You know, what it really going to come down to right now, I don't think it really matters. What it really comes down to is usage. So if AWS customers are using it, then it will have an impact. Right now, you know, it's kind of like beta. No one is really using it. I mean, they're going to say it's 10%, but you know, you're going to save 10%. So we'll see when people start migrating in these over, or if AWS starts migrating away from other. You know, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if you go in there and buy these. I'd have to look into it a little bit more in terms of. Yeah, it looks like you just pick. Yeah, you pick these boxes, and then you can. Yeah, so I mean, at the end, I mean, it's good. I think it's good for AMD and AWS, and it provides options. But like I said, like anything, any new feature, it's really about demand. Dorian, thank you. And you guys don't need to donate every day. I mean, thank you so much. Dorian, Sakara Kit. I mean, you guys are. I mean, there's everyone in here. Just so you know, everyone in here, you guys are day one supporters, and like I'm never gonna forget this. Smart Trader, first place I come after the market. What's up? Boss, is that Bosscom or Boss.com? Like Boss.com. What's up, Mr. Wargnome? Mateo, why do you use more than one platform to trade? Because I like to use both sides of my brain. No, I'm just kidding. Why do I use more than one platform to trade? Is because I like both platforms. Also, kind of the way. So I actually have 4 accounts, and the way it works with me mentally. So like as you can see, like my let me close these orders here. As you can see, like the orders here are the exact same positions I have in here, and really it really helps me out with sizing. So instead of buying like one, you know, I bought 2 contracts here, but in reality I bought 8 contracts across my accounts. But I'm really trading it like I bought 2 accounts, two contracts, if that makes sense. I mean, so does that make sense? So it's also kind of a mental trick. It's also a mental trick for me to like if I have 8 contracts at Amazon, you know, really it's saying I'm at $50. Really I'm up to $100, and you may think about that differently than you would the $50. So I really try to concentrate on not my profit or my loss, more about profit and loss in terms of percentages. Did I lose 50%? Did I make 50%? Did I make 100%? You know, and that's really what I try to concentrate on. Linda, thank you. Linda, you're active in the group. You're active in our Facebook group, and you guys are too much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad I can help you guys out. You know, some people think I'm doing more harm than good. Some people think that, you know, I guess in terms of like we kind of talked about it later, like yesterday. It's in terms of trading, and it's kind of like, who do you like to hang out with? I mean, some people like my style, some people don't. Some people don't like my trading style, some people do, and that's just the way it is. I mean, it's like, some people buy Ford and other people buy Honda. I mean, other people, there's choices, and the fact that you guys are here right now on this channel, I mean, there's almost 50 people here. I mean, that's just amazing. Thank you. Dorian, you have helped me get paid a little commissions already. I mean, my goal here, is for everybody to get paid. I mean, if you guys can learn and you get paid, I mean, that's the goal. Limit your losses and make some money. That's the goal. Bro, I buy a Honda. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with buying a Honda. I mean, I have a Nissan. I have a Toyota. I actually don't buy Ford and GM, and that's okay, but some people do. I mean, it's whatever you guys like. Keith, killing it with the donation. Thank you. Keith. Man. You guys are the best. Really, thank you. Trying to get my thoughts in order here. You guys are coming in with the donations. But no, it means a lot. Thank you. William bought F puts before close. They get sold hard at opening lately, so hoping to make a quick buck in the morning. Yeah, Ford. The one thing I didn't like about Ford's chart. Oh, I got to talk about Starbucks. That's what I didn't talk about. One thing I don't like about Ford's chart is looks like it's going to consolidate here, and premium's getting crushed. So I'm not really into that. And also, if it gets rejected here at 10, I would for me, I would more likely like to buy puts at 10 than I would here. But that's just me. Eric, what do you think of? Oh, let me. We'll talk about Starbucks in a second. Let me get to some of these. Eric, what do you think of the 162.50 strike on IWM? I think that if any of the indices like S&Ps, IWM, if you're looking at this, I mean, they're all the same, and we had this IWM in the sell-off got hit the hardest out of everyone, but you did come right back down here to support, which is I probably should have been trading this, because this is I mean, this chart doesn't get any easier than this right here. It bounced right at support. I mean, back down here in February, it bounced right at the February support. So 162.50. I think that if you keep the momentum on deck, I would definitely be careful of 160. If it's struggling, for me, if it was I see this double top here at 160 back in January and March, I would definitely be if it's having a hard time breaking 160, I would take my profits. I would cut loose. Samesh, what are the requirements for you for buying calls? That's kind of that's pretty complicated question, because I look at the range the stock is going to go, and I look at trying to get good option pricing. So let's look at Starbucks, for instance. So Starbucks, let's talk about Starbucks just to kind of give you some context. I bought a strangle for next week for $1.02. I bought the 67 put and the 69 call, and this will kind of give you some context behind why I did what I did. Let's go here to Starbucks. Long-term chart, I mean, we're out of here. Knocked it out of the park. If you go to the 2-year, here, I mean, it's blasted off. I mean, I was a little concerned back here about the 64 to see if it was going to get rejected, and it blew through it like it was nothing. It went right through there like nothing. So what I was looking at for this strangle, so I paid $1. So when I do strangles, I look for more of around $1.50, somewhere around there. This is a lower price stock, so it's not going to be that much money. But if you look at, let's go to Starbucks here. Starbucks, the expected move is $1.64, and I was able to get a dollar pricing within the expected move. So if it moves down to, let's put this trade on right here. If we move down to like the 66 area, we'll be getting paid. If we move up to the 70-cent area, we'll be getting paid. Above 70 and below 66, we'll start really making some cake. And I think personally, it's been moving more than $1.60. Today it moved $2. The day before that, it moved another $2, and before that, it moved $2. So, if it's moving $2, and I got stuff for 9 days out, and the expected move is $1.64. It's in my best interest to, it's a low risk trade, is what I want to say. Keith, you need to buy a Ford to help my strangle. Keith, Ford's no longer a growth stock. They just maintain. Unless they can beat Tesla or they beat some of these other people, but I think they're going to have a hard time doing it. Everybody donating. I have no money in the bank. Hey, man, like I said, you guys don't have to donate. I don't expect anybody to donate. It's just amazing that you guys actually are, it's actually amazing that we have such a great family, such a great community. When I first started the channel, I thought that I was just going to get trolled to death, but we actually have a really great group of people here, and you guys make up this group of people here. And every day, like, I look forward to doing the stream. It's not like a burden. It's not like, I actually like doing it. When I first started streaming, I was like scared to death because I was just like, I'm not really good. I'm not really good with public speaking. I'm not very good at meeting new people. I'm not very good at, basically I'm an introvert, and I rely more, I do better alone than I do with other people. But if you look at like people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and if you research them, and they say the number one key to success is learning how to communicate with others. And Warren Buffett said that he's most proudest of, the only thing that he doesn't hang his diploma on his wall. He doesn't hang any of his credentials on his wall. He hangs one thing, and that's his certificate to like a leadership class that he took, which taught him as an introvert to kind of break out and how to public speak. And they made him do crazy things like stand on your desk and scream and do all these crazy things in front of people. And for him to say that was his greatest achievement, I kind of get a feeling on what that feels like to do this channel as like an introvert, because it was terrifying. It still is terrifying. It's terrifying. 50 people are watching this right now. It's kind of weird. But I do love everyone that's in this group. It makes my day to talk stocks with you guys. Like I said, I don't have any friends to talk stocks with. I do have some people that I talk stocks with, but generally not a lot. Like I said, most people think when you talk about stocks, especially options, that you're just gambling. Like you're no better than a penny stock trader, which is definitely not true. Boss.com, I'm 17, trying to learn options trading. Anybody have quick tips? Stick around, Boss.com. Stick around. And the key to options trading, just like anything else, you got to put the work in. Carmen, I don't know how to donate on here. Can I send a $3 birthday card? Down by the comments area, there's actually like next to the emoji icon, there's a $ icon. You can, if you want to. Jack, thank you. Square earnings announced. Yeah, Square. What you want to trade tomorrow? So Square, I'm going to be looking at a trade tomorrow. This kind of answered both questions. Square, I'll be looking at a trade tomorrow. It's ripped up. It's ripped up from 69 all the way up to 83 this week. and they did beat earnings, but not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with Square, because we're in here. We're in the live stream right now. But I mean, it could revisit the highs here. You know, be looking at, you know, if we can get above 85. If we can get above 85, will be one thing. If you know, we're looking at right now, it's at 79. It did hit $84 almost after hours. It's at 79. Or this can come back down to like the low 70s. You know, it's really what. So I'm waiting for some premium to get crushed on this. But Square's on my list for tomorrow, along with I gotta get out of my Alibaba trade. I have the 155 calls, the 146 puts, and I have to get out of Microsoft, which I told you guys earlier. I have the 111 puts and the 113 calls. Those are the only two. Microsoft and Alibaba are the only two positions that I have that are expiring this week that I need to get rid of. Greg, can't make any money on Ford. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. Yeah, ATVI and Disney earnings are tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, I mean, typically Disney doesn't move very much on earnings. And to sell an Iron Condor is really tough as well, because if you look at Disney, expected move is only $3. It's a $117 stock. Expected move is $3. There's just not going to be like enough juice in here to make any money. You know, this is like a 1-for-1 trade. It's just not a good trade. And if they smash or they do something crazy, I mean, then you're looking at, unless you want like low premium, you know, you want to go like one standard deviation out. I mean, now it's only, you know, to make $19, you're going to risk 81. Not really for me. So I'll probably pass on that. Will Fitbit hit $70 by your prediction? Fitbit, I continue to short. I'm not adding anything to my short, but it does definitely appear to be heading that way. Waiting for some pullback, but appears Fit is on the turnaround, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it was only up 7 cents today. It was up 1% today. Huge. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's getting tight or not. Right now, it did break above this 625 area. To get to 7, I think it's gotta get above like 675. It's gotta definitely get above 675 to clear some of this right here. So, you know, as you can see, like if you look at this chart right here in Fit, as you can see, like the spike here was definitely short-lived. I mean, it was enormous. It went from $5 to $8 almost. But what was the point? What was the point if it just gave it right back? So you got to be careful, like for a chart like this, like people that bought up in here, they've been trapped for 1, 2, 3, 4, going on 5 months now. They've been trapped for 5 months, and they were getting very, very nervous. So if they bought at $7 or $6 and it was hitting the low 4s, they were getting really nervous. So a lot of those people that are trapped are going to try to break even. So you got to be careful about that. Carmen, thank you. You guys don't have to donate. Greg, love you, man. Thank you. Morale, thank you. Yeah, you guys are making me all sweaty right now. Eric, you haven't been selling any premium lately. I actually sold some premium yesterday. I sold Tesla. I have 16. I did give myself a lot of time just because of how crazy it is. I sold the 345 call and the 347.50 call. So on Tesla, if you're looking at that right now, you know, it's kind of, I was mainly playing resistance here. If it went up to 360, came back down. That's why I gave myself time on this. I did sell some premium in Tesla. You know, if we can get a little drop, I think that it's going to go. I mean, this is my opinion, of course. I think that it probably would go down to like 315, 320 area again. But it could not as well. They had a profitable earnings. However, a lot of that profit came from the government. They've been hitting their targets, but you know, we'll see. You'll see one of the high. You know, I mainly like for stocks like this. I'm mainly just doing charts. I mean, yes, there's news and stuff, but right now I'm mainly trading the chart where the news is additional and secondary where I account for it, but I'm mainly just trading the chart on this. Raymond Dad. Great vibe, thanks. Thank you. Are you gonna do a lightning round like Kramer's stocks I should buy? Yeah, I don't actually hold many stocks. I'll show you. I mean, I've shown you guys this before. I don't really hold many stocks. You know, and the stocks that I do hold, are for the long term. So I have Facebook, I have Square, I got Twitter. Snap has been a dog, but it's coming back a little bit. I got Alibaba, and you know, as you know, with the market, these in the last month have taken a beating. However, it was way worse. Now we're only down 2.5%. We were down like 13%. So, you know, the market's coming around. And like I said in one of my videos about holding stocks during a downturn, is like this was the downturn back in February where it was pretty big. So down in February, I was up 14%, and then I was down to like 8%. So my gains got cut in half. And at the time, like this doesn't look very much, but at the time it looked like a huge drop like this. It looked enormous, like it looked big. But as you can see, this was like after it dropped, it brought it higher. After the drop here, it then brought it higher. And then we dropped down here. So I don't know, is this thing going to explode, or are we just going to, you know, that's the thing. So when I do like stocks, when I trade stocks or invest in stocks, it's for long term. Like February, like Facebook, I bought these in like 2015. Square, I've been holding for a while. Baba, I just added just because it's been taking such a beating, and I think it's a good stock to have. You know, once this tariff stuff is done and all that, I think that, you know, I like to buy stocks when they get dumped on for a while. You know, people were giving me a hard time about Twitter, but my average on Twitter is $19 a share. So, you know, it is what it is. Everyone has their own opinion. So on these account, like on this account, on these things, I don't even touch this stuff. I don't even look at it. I don't even look at my gains for, you know, the day, really. I just mainly trade options, and these are just long-term positions. You know, like on Square. That's why I didn't trade options on Square. I normally don't trade earnings on Square. I mean, I'm in here. You know, we got, you know, my average is at $33. We're at $78 now, and it was higher. You know, I'm up 133% on them, but you know, I'm not looking to this stuff I don't touch. I just buy stock that I like, and I hold on to it until I don't. Like Tesla, I bought it for $150 and I sold it at $315 just because I didn't like holding the stock anymore. I didn't feel comfortable holding the stock. But if I don't feel comfortable holding the stock, I don't. If I like to hold it, then I will. You know, so that's really what this account is. It's not for trading. I don't actually trade any stocks. I only trade options. Jack, on my short-term strategies, options trading, long-term strategy, I have a couple stocks, not really enough to call anything. You know, the amount of money in here is not really going to be life-changing or anything. So I don't really take I don't really take stock investing as like a main thing. I mostly trade options, but Secure Kid, I personally sell options in high IV and buy in low IV. Is less dramatic and sexy, but more consistent. Small victories every week to grow account. 3 to 5%. The patience factor sucks. Yeah, Secure Kid, I'm with you. The reason why I haven't been selling premium in these moves is because it's been going to make money selling premium. You have to be within the expected move. to make low risk to reward ratio per se, and I wasn't hitting it, so I've been making a lot more money on Strangles. So that's why I've been doing in this volatility, even though it's been risky. I've been buying Strangles. Ray Lee, that's a good idea, Nick, to make a list of stocks to trade. Okay. 5 shares Apple, 5 Alibaba. Nice, Linda. Eric, I use options to raise capital short term to invest long term. Nice. Jack, I don't trade, and I don't trade stocks. Alex, 3rd week in the red. Well, Alex, you got to slow it down, man. You got to paper trade. Take it easy. Take a break. You know, even like if I win a lot, I tend to try to slow things down, or if I lose a lot, you know, definitely you just cut it off. Because when you're losing a lot, you tend to not see where the market is going. You're actually not sure where the market is going. You're not seeing something correctly, or the stocks that you're trading, you're not seeing correctly, and you're not getting good pricing, and you're letting the market take your money. I mean, like I said, I've said this many times before. You know, the market's goal is to take your account and turn it to zero. You know, as much as you want to make money, the other people in the money want to take your money. So you want to take their money, they want to take, you know, who's going to win, you know? So you just got to slow it down. If you're losing a lot, especially if you had, like, one thing is, like, it's one thing to have a red day or a red week. What you don't want to have is red weeks to turn to red months, turn to red years. I mean, you don't want that. You don't want that. So it's better to not trade than be red. And it's better to paper trade than be red. And people say, well, it's not that exciting. I'm not that excited about making paper trading than I am, like, versus real money. But if you can't make money and you're just losing money, then you're not having fun anyways. You know, you're not going to have fun anyways. You know, might as well set yourself up for the future than to trade with real money and then have your account go to zero. You know. Boss.com replaces paper trade. You can actually paper trade with Thinkorswim. If you go to Thinkorswim, you can sign up for a free, Google Thinkorswim paper money, and you can sign up for a free account and use Thinkorswim and use a paper money account on there. Samuel, what's your take on Netflix? Yeah, Mateo, trading options is hard. It is hard, but in the end, when you're making consistent returns trading options, there's nothing else better. There's nothing else better. I don't care. You could tell me how good penny stocks are. You could tell me how good trading, you know, gold ETFs are. You could tell me how good trading triple leverage ETFs are. All those kind of things. But once you're profitable and you're consistently making money trading options, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. Netflix. So Netflix was actually pretty surprising. That went up to like $16 today. You know, we had some consolidation down here, which it consolidated down here. You know, back in April, around the low 300s. So I think, you know, personally, I think it's clear skies till at least 350, 360. You know, but that's just the way that I see it. I mean, I haven't been trading it, but I should. It's just hard. Like, I have a lot. I mean, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 positions on. At some point in time, you at 10 positions is a little bit too much for me. And I've been putting trades on just because I've been seeing opportunities. Except for, I would say Berkshire Hathaway was probably, BRKB was probably, I wouldn't count that as a position. It's probably a mistake. I would call that like putting a position on and not, you know, it's not something that I should have done. But anyways, you know, either way, 8 to 10 trades. I'm kind of at my max right now, so I gotta clean it down. I gotta clean it up a little bit and take some profits, take some trades in. I mean, I could have taken off Amazon today. and I didn't. And then today was since I scaled back before the election. Today was more of a building day, putting some new trades on versus taking trades off. When I start, first time I trade dries pennies. I don't trade anymore. Yeah, Jack. Everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone that's an option trader has a good penny stock story on how they went to zero. I only traded SPY today. 284 calls are up 194. Sold 2 of the 4 contracts. Hopefully for a green open tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, when things run this, I mean, the charts look good in terms of running, like SPX. Let's go to S&Ps. But, I mean, I'm always, right now in this state, I'm always not worried, but wary. I'm wary of one trade tweet, one tweet that, one, you know, it's a crazy world we live in. One thing about war, one thing about something else, one thing, it could be anything that this could... Yeah, we had a huge, humongous thing, but the way that the market's been, this could easily go away in like a day. You know, so that's why I've been trading very conservative. I mean, yes, I've left thousands of dollars on the table. But I've been making pretty consistent returns, as you guys have been watching. And that's really what the market's about, making consistent returns. I lose all my money in penny stocks. How about weed stocks, JC? Yeah, the one thing I don't like about the weed stocks, you know, yes, oops. Come on. The one thing I don't like about the weed stocks, I'm gonna show you guys here. And we've talked about this before when they were popping off. The reason why people made a lot of money in TLRY today, I mean, these calls are up 500, 1,000%, 2,000%. You know, if it's because of consolidation period, and then IV spiked up here. So IV was pretty flat, which is flat for TLRY is also still very high. This is still very high, and I just, you know, the risk. Actually, this week's expirations. This week they were up. This week expiration they're up 10,000%. And that was due to consolidation because the stock wasn't moving. It was moving only, let's see here, $10, and then it moved $30. So, you know, back in here when it was moving a lot, you weren't getting good deals. And when I trade options, I'm always looking for good deals. And I probably should have traded the consolidation, but I actually don't really look at TLRY that often. The volume, and also like this stock, you just got to be careful about the volume. Only trade the strikes that have volume. You know, there's 2,000 here, but this one only has 90 here. So, but I mean, I think the weed stocks are going to be great. I just think that not enough people are trading them. You know, you had some good volume on the calls today. You know, but at the same time, it's also a speculative stock, so it's hard to say where it's going. You know, as easily it can go to 300, it could easily go down to 25. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And to like hedge it, it's really expensive to hedge it. It's a carry kit. I'm also guilty of overtrading due to enthusiasm, excitement, get burned by it. Yeah, overtrading kills, greed kills. Those are the two things that kill you in the market. Yeah, MJ had a great day. Session news was big. Yeah. No war yet. Yeah, I'm not saying there's going to be a war or anything, but I'm just saying when you're trading and you have real money on the line, and you have decent amount of money on the line, you have to think about worst case scenarios. So that's why, yes, I could go all in on TLRY calls and make 100 grand. Sure, could do that, but you could also lose all that money. So that's not the way that I like to play. I don't like to gamble. I like to trade safely. I like to hit the 50%, 100%, 200% target. I don't try to hit the 10,000% or 5,000% or even 1,000%. And actually, at 500% returns, I get very nervous. I usually take my profits before then. So I leave money on the table all the time, but That's how I can profit consistently with my personality. Your personality, you may be able to do something different. I mean, everybody trades different. You know, everybody trades different, and everyone has different risk. Everyone has different threshold for risk. Everyone has a different threshold for pain, even. You know, and trading is it's emotional. Marine, thank you. Even when you get all emotional. FC, right? Climate is more important. As soon as a politician says we're negotiating with China regarding the tariffs, watch those Chinese stocks jump. Yeah, and that's why I have a position on JD, I have a position on Alibaba, because right now that's where the play is. Good news, it rips up. Bad news, it rips down, and it's and that's where the money has been coming in pretty consistently on the news for the Chinese tariff. So that's why I always usually have a trade on Alibaba right now, and then I just recently started trading JD. So bro, nothing is safety. I agree, but there's things that you can do to your portfolio to limit your risk. Like I was bearish on Microsoft yesterday, but I made money on the calls. So think about that. I had a bearish skewed strangle. I wanted it to go down. I would have made a lot more money if it went down than it went up. But because I placed that call, I didn't lose any money, and I actually made a little bit of money. I didn't make huge money, but I didn't lose my investment. Check. I'm risking a lot. I know you are. You got $5 grand in the line. You turned $200 into $5 grand, and you didn't sell. So, hey, like I said, everyone has their own. That's not what I would do, but everyone has their own risk tolerance. JC, well said, Nick. No one should ever go in unless you're willing to lose that much money. I hate losing my hard earned. Yeah, I mean, in terms of investing and trading, you got to treat it as a business. Do you make money per day? Do you make money per week, or do you lose money? And at the end of the year, did you make money? Did you lose money? And as in business, if you keep losing money, you go out of business. As in business, if you make money, you keep your doors open, just like anything. Eric, noob question: can you show a strangle? Haven't really tried to learn them. Yes, so a strangle. Let's go to. We'll do Apple. So basically, a strangle means you're buying a call and a put at different strikes. So, basically, I'm buying a put, and then I'm going to buy a call on the other side. And really, the idea is that it goes beyond the strike. So, like for instance, this trade right here, I'd want it to go below like 202.50, and I'd want it to be above 217.50 to make money. So basically, the reason you put a strangle on it because you think that the market is underpricing the expected move, and you think that it's going to move beyond the expected move, and that's where you make your money. So that's where that's a strangle. Kyle, do you ever use leverage indexes like TQQQ? I do not. I don't typically trade TQQQ or SQQQ or any of those. If I was trading stocks, I could see if I was trading stocks how that could be valuable. But if I want to be short the Qs or long the Qs, I'll just buy options and I'll scale. Like if I want to have more leverage, I'll just buy more calls or I'll buy more puts. That's really what you want to do. Bren, do you ever sell a strangle for Ivy Crush? Yeah, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute because, like I said, things have been moving beyond the expected move, which is why I've been buying strangles. So, Kara Kid, I got you. Don't worry. So anyways, we got a couple minutes left. Anybody have anything else? Linda says puts on NVAX. Yeah, I mean I don't typically trade stocks that are like $1. And Yeah, I mean, and there's no volume. I mean, there's some volume on the calls, but on the puts, there's like no volume. I mean, I wouldn't trade this. Honest, for me, it's a no trade. I mean, up to you, but for me, it doesn't meet my criteria. As a trader, every trader should have their own criteria on how they know what makes the money, what doesn't make the money. So that's when you develop a criteria. And one of my criteria is I don't like to trade stocks under $5 in options, and I don't like to trade low volume. Jack, THO. It's been a long time since I looked at this company. I don't know what their volume is like. Yeah, I mean, their volume's horrendous as well. I mean, their chart is terrible. But nobody's trading the options. Like, if you're going to trade something like this, you'd probably just want to like short the stock. I mean, it's $70 stock. You probably just want to short the stock, or the options are going to be, it's going to be tough. SMB tree removal using your business account. That's what's up. I enjoy the content and knowledge from your channel. Thank you. Square, Baron, Square. We did talk about Square. I don't know if you missed it or not. Like I said, I'm going to be looking at this tomorrow. I don't know, what is it doing? I know it depends on where it opens. Okay, it's sitting at $78. Depends if it's bearish or bullish, or if it's having a bounce back. But in terms of the 1 year chart, just real quick, in terms of the 1 year chart, if we can get above like 86 area, 90 area, that'd be nice. Or if it could be going to the low 70s. So I don't have a stance on it. I don't know if I'm bullish or bearish. It really depends on where it opens up tomorrow, and if people are buying and selling it. But I think it could go to the low 70s to high 80s. Kyle, what's the next thing? What's the next thing you should? What's the next thing you think is going to move the market dramatically? What should I watch? I don't know. Now that the elections are over, I think you just got to. I think right now you just have to be careful about. It may sound weird, but what Trump is going to do. We're with the tariffs and the trade war, and all that stuff is still going on. So I would be careful about that. I'm trading. That's how I'm trading right now. And yeah, security credit retail season. We talked about retail season yesterday, and for the holidays. If you want to look that up, we don't have a lot of time here. If you want to look that up, looked it up from yesterday. Yeah, JC. I think the interest rate. Everybody knows interest rates are coming up. Trump doesn't like it, but interest rates are, as the economy is booming, as they say, the interest rates are just going to be slam dunk. They're going to happen. So, if this video was of value to you, hit that like button. We're going to sign off here in just a minute. We're about an hour here. Thank you again. Yeah, and Secure Kit, thank you. Dorian, Linda, Keith, Carmen. You guys didn't have to donate, and you did. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Hamed, do you have a Thinkorswim code? I can send you one. I can send you a referral if you guys want. So. It's your first time here, hit subscribe, join our free options group. The link is below. As always, it's us versus herd.